What's going on, Master Duel fans? James here, and we got the most convoluted combo in terms of Allure Queen Majespecter. Now, you guys are going to question how on earth does the two different archetypes legit work way too well with each other? Good question. For today's video, I'm going to show you guys how to perfect the Allure Queen Majespecter combo. Allure Dance, get the Palace, Palace it up, discard one. Give your opponent the Allure Queen to their field, and because you give them a card, they cannot imperm you, lightning storm you, evenly match you, or even mold charm you from the get-go. You're basically no harm, no foul from those so-called, if you control, no cards, conditions, and so forth. Discard number 2. Being the raccoon, and we are going to get Chaos Queen to the hand. Chaos Queen, discard Queen 7, summon herself. Chaos Queen, hook her up with Queen 5, and then E-Telly the Queen 3, and then Chaos Queen, which is equipped, send herself to get this. Any spellcaster in general that's 1500 or less attack from hand or deck. So most cases, this is the part where the whole enchilada comes in. The Majespecters. Start off fresh with the raccoon. Raccoon getting porcupine. Porcupine for free extender. And then, based off from this board, it all depends on how you want to do some of the most scenario routes involving the pendulum monster. So I figured, you know what? We're going to outright give this a really, really good fix. So I figured, before we go any further, just remember, ladies and gentlemen, in Majespecters and or pendulums in general, there's always going to be harsh restrictions before I go any further. So, specifically, beyond the pendulum, unless if we find ways to turn the effects back on, once we search by paying the 1200, everything in terms of effects is going to get completely turned off unless we pendulum summon. And then new, to be specific, just to remember, once we resolve New's effect, we cannot go to the extra deck for the rest of this turn except Majespecters and Draco Slayers. So most cases, to circumvent this, we can also do, if we really wanted to, exceed the pendulum from the get-go, just so that you're able to get a pendulum back from extra deck to hand. And on top of that, Exceed can let you revive the raccoon from the get-go. And once again, this is just like the most possibility ways unimaginable. But realistically, now that we pretty much got everything out of the way in terms of Majespecter lines, we can just have the Queen 3 hook her up and get another Majespecter name, as far as I imagine. So most cases, we are going to get Crow, and Crow is going to give us a spell most cases, wind gets it going. Exige Shoken into Draco Ryu. Majespecter win. We will indeed tribute. And this time around, we are going to summon out the fox. Now, just to remember, ladies and gentlemen, in the early years of Majespecters, when they first printed, do not count the Draco Slayer or the Porcupine. To be specific, fox, cat, raccoon, crow, and toad has the key phrase when. Not if, but when. So what you want to do is to circumvent the when clause, always make Majespecter Draco Ryu become chain 1, and then anything else, whatever, just builds up a chain, so that way the very last thing going to happen is the special summon. So most cases, detach Porcupine, and then fox to search. Tempest should do. And then for Draco Ryu, we pretty much went through the majority of the searches as of raccoon, fox, and crow. We can do either Porcupine for the reset button, Toad to set another Majespecter spell trap, or Cat for the Majespecter Magnamut. So most cases, we'll do Porcupine for the reset button. Reset button. Set this. And once again, ladies and gentlemen, no restrictions has shown just yet. So to make sure we still can keep going from the get-go, send one random blank, and let's pretend that this call by is a blank. Soul charge the two queens, being Chaos and Queen 3. That's already Chaos Angel right there. And then no restrictions has shown, so most cases for the rest of the turn, which means now we can go straight into new. Pick up Porcupine and Raccoon. Place back the kitty cat and the toad. And we scale both. Also, I literally realized this is that when I synchro summon into Chaos Angel, it should have been here, but you know what? I'm not going to trip about it. So that way, as a backup plan, we still got Kitty Cat anyway, because the whole entire spell trap is full. So that way, there's no point of summoning Toad, but we could go for Cat. For the sake of end phase, Majespecter Magnamut search. And then this is what a insane of all insane boards in Allure Queen Majespecter is looking like. So basically, you have Chaos Angel with both attributes of light and dark. So basically, he's the only synchro, making him unaffected by activated effects of opponent's monsters, for that matter. All monsters you control cannot be killed by battle. And then if the wind spellcasters are tributed, courtesy of Wind and Tempest, Draco Ryu is going to detach to E-Telly, 1 level 6 or lower wind spellcaster, and this can be done twice per turn. So you are essentially looking at the negate the summon or negate the activation, so essentially a negate, and then a way to dodge DD Crow and or I believe it's, oh yes, Bell for the Tempest. Tempest deals with Bell, and then Wind circumventing DD Crow or Call by the Grave. That's what the other two are. But yes, ladies and gentlemen, this is pretty much the established board in terms of Allure Queen Majespecters, and then deck profile for you guys. 3 Chaos Queens, 3 Queen level 3s, 1 Queen 5, 1 Queen 7, and then 3 Allure Dance, 2 Allure Palace. That's that for the Allure Queens. For the Majespecters, 3 Raccoon, 2 Crow, 2 Fox, 2 Porcupine, 1 Toad. That's pretty much all of the Majespecters I run in this main deck. Now, some of you guys are asking, why no Kieran? Space issues to fit into this deck. It's hard not to cut the good cards, for that matter. And then no Majesty Pegasus, because Allure Dance can search the Allure Palace. So it's never necessary doing that. And then Majespecter Spells and Traps, 1 Cyclone, 1 Wind, 1 Storm, 2 Tornado, 2 Tempest. I find 2 and 2 of each trap to be perfect. 3 of each trap is definitely too much. So I went with the 2-2 balance. And then Pendulum Rising. If you're wondering, Pendulum Rising, as we watched the last video about this, Queen 3 sent herself special summoning the Raccoon or Cat, and it makes it so that without wasting a real normal, Pendulum Rising from the Queen into one of these two makes it so that you're able to generate so much massive advantage from the get-go. And then 3 Droll Bird. It's a wind spellcaster, so it's definitely a 3-up for sure. Nothing more, nothing less out of it. Especially if they go Call by the Grave all from your first Droll. You can just chain the second Droll, and that's no problem. Triple Tactics Talent, Triple Tactics Thrust, Call by the Grave, 2 Imperm. Extra that consists of Chaos Angel, Lightning Chidori, and Majespecter Draco Ryu. These are the only 3 I play. 1 Synchro, 2 XZ, and then the rest are links. So basically, stop setting D barrier against me. That's all I gotta say about that, for that matter. But then links: Artemis, Wind, Lina, Dark, Beyond the Pendulum, Majespecter Orthrus New, Selene, Grand Sulfurcoria. If you're wondering about Grand Sulfurcoria, to be specific, it's about the activated effects. So most cases, the activated effects of pendulum monsters that she points to cannot be negated. As in, don't ever try to stop me. Exceed the Pendulum, Royal Exceed the Pendulum, biggest shout outs to the anniversary pulls for that matter. 2 Golden Allure Queens. There are lines in which, if for some reason your first copy gets stopped by any means necessary, you always have a second one to back you up. And I suppose due to Cashier Unicorn. And then Magnite Crusader Avermax. And this has been James Polk with the unique mixture of Allure Queen Majespecters. Be sure to like, comment, subscribe, and share. Smash the notification bell to keep yourself constantly updated. And be sure to use my campaign code in the description below so we can gather the leftover prizes for future content. Thank you guys for tuning in, and catch you all next time.